Most people believe manifestation is one thing and reality is another. Two separate forces. Two different worlds. They think manifestation is what you do, affirmations, visualizations, rituals, and reality is what you get. Money, love, health, success. But here's the secret most people never see. Manifestation and reality are not separate. They are the same process, the same field, two sides of one hidden law. Since childhood, we were taught that life is hard, that you must work, push, and sacrifice, that only through struggle can you earn something valuable, and that belief followed us into manifestation. So people force it. They repeat mantras with tension in their chest. They visualize with impatience. They affirm abundance while their bodies shake with fear. And what happens? The field reflects the true signal they are sending. Not their words, not their wish, but their state of being. So instead of abundance, they get lack. Instead of clarity, they get chaos. Instead of freedom, they repeat the same loops. Not because manifestation fails, but because it always works. The universe is a perfect mirror. It reflects exactly what you are, not what you pretend to be. Think of a mirror. You raise your hand and the reflection follows instantly. You don't need to beg it. You don't need to convince it. You don't need to repeat the gesture 100 times, hoping it will finally work. The mirror doesn't think about it. It doesn't delay. It reflects immediately. Reality works in the same way. It is not out there, waiting to reward or punish you. It is here, a mirror collapsing the frequency you are already broadcasting. And here is where science and spirituality meet. Neuroscientists discovered something remarkable. When you make a decision, the brain fires milliseconds before you consciously choose. It's called readiness potential. Your body, your subconscious, has already committed before your mind catches up. Mystics have always said the same thing. The choice is made in the heart before the mind understands. Science explains the mechanism. Spirituality explains the meaning. Together they reveal one truth. The universe doesn't wait for your words. It responds to your state, instantly. Now think of a radio. Your favorite song is already broadcasting. You don't create the song. You don't fight for it. You don't beg for it to play. You simply tune to the right frequency, and the music appears. Manifestation is tuning. Reality is the song. They are the same broadcast. But most people never stay long enough to hear. They spin the dial endlessly, visualizing with urgency, affirming with doubt, chasing signs to prove it's working. And all that noise keeps them from the very frequency they are searching for. Right now, try something simple. Place your hand on your heart. Take a slow breath in for 5 counts. Exhale gently for 7. Whisper softly, I am aligned. Notice the shift. Your body softens, your mind quiets, the field listens. This is not imagination, it is physics. The moment coherence appears, reality collapses differently. So ask yourself, how many times did you think manifestation failed when reality was only showing you your own vibration? Every delay, every repeated problem, every dream that seemed stuck. They were not failures. They were mirrors. They were signals, invitations to align, and this is the illusion of separation. Believing manifestation is one thing and reality is another. The truth is, they are one. Manifestation is not something you do to reality. Manifestation is reality. And once you understand this, the struggle falls away. Because you realize the field was never withholding. It was always reflecting. Perfectly, instantly, without judgment. Stay with me. Because in the next part we are going to look at why people overcomplicate this process. Why they believe more effort equals more results. And why the real power of manifestation has always been hidden in simplicity. Most people believe that the harder they try, the faster they will manifest. They think if they repeat affirmations 100 times a day, if they visualize longer, if they force their thoughts to stay positive, then reality will finally bend in their favor. But what they don't realize is that effort often blocks the very thing they are chasing. Because in the quantum field, effort is noise. And noise creates incoherence. The universe does not respond to exhaustion. It responds to clarity. And clarity is always simple. Think of how energy works in nature. Rivers do not struggle to carve their way to the ocean. Electricity does not fight to find a circuit. Light does not debate before it travels. Energy flows where there is least resistance, and manifestation is energy. The more resistance you hold, the more complicated your vibration, the slower the field can mirror it back. This is why so many people get frustrated. They say the words, they do the vision boards, they follow the rituals, but all the while, they are broadcasting the same hidden signal. I don't have it yet. The harder they try, the louder that signal becomes, and the field reflects exactly that: lack, absence, waiting. But when you stop overcomplicating, something changes. When you tune instead of chase, reality shifts instantly. Think of a radio again. You don't need to scream at the station to play your song. You don't rebuild the equipment or twist the dial endlessly. You tune once, and the music is there. The station was always broadcasting. Manifestation works the same way. All possibilities are already alive in the field. You don't create them with force. You align with them through simplicity. This is why masters across traditions spoke of surrender, of silence, of stillness. They weren't teaching laziness, they were teaching resonance. Now here's the paradox. When you truly align, you often do less, not more. Not because you've given up, but because the unnecessary effort falls away. The overthinking, the micromanaging, the constant scanning for signs, all of it drops. And what remains is pure, simple coherence. That's the signal the field listens to. That's the vibration reality cannot ignore. Science has already shown this. At the HeartMath Institute, researchers discovered that when the heart and brain rhythms synchronize, the body emits a powerful electromagnetic field that extends several feet outward. Joe Dispenza's studies reveal the same. When people enter coherence, their brain waves shift, their bodies heal faster, and synchronicities unfold naturally. It isn't luck, it's physics. Their signal becomes simple and clear, and the universe mirrors it back. Simplicity is not doing nothing. Simplicity is doing only what aligns. Imagine planting a seed. The first gardener digs furiously, waters obsessively, checks every hour, pulls the soil apart to see if it has sprouted yet. The second gardener plants with care, waters gently, and then trusts nature to do its part. Whose garden grows faster? The first person's effort introduces stress, disrupting the natural process. The second aligns with the intelligence of life itself. Simplicity is trusting the seed. Manifestation works the same way. So pause for a moment. Reflect on your own life. How many times did something finally arrive only after you stopped trying so hard? Maybe it was when you gave up chasing a relationship and suddenly someone appeared. Maybe it was when you stopped worrying about money and an unexpected opportunity came through. That wasn't coincidence. That was the quantum law of simplicity. The moment you dropped the noise, the field could respond. Here's something you can do right now. Close your eyes. Take one slow breath and whisper these words. I allow it to be easy. Feel how your body reacts. Maybe a tension in your shoulders releases. Maybe your chest feels lighter. Maybe your breath flows deeper. That shift is coherence. That is your entire being aligning with the frequency of ease. And the moment you do, reality begins to rearrange. The mind will try to resist. It will whisper, if it's easy, it can't be real. If it's simple, it can't be powerful. That belief alone has kept countless people stuck. But the field does not reward struggle. It only responds to resonance. And resonance is always simple. So the next time you catch yourself trying harder, repeating with desperation, or forcing the universe to notice you, remember this truth. Simplicity is not weakness. Simplicity is mastery. It is the art of aligning so purely with your chosen frequency that reality has no choice but to reflect it. Stay with me, because in the next part we'll uncover something even more fascinating, a discovery from neuroscience that proves your reality is chosen even before your mind decides. And once you understand this, you'll see why manifestation is not only simple, it's already happening faster than you think. There is a moment so small you almost never notice it, a fraction of a second where your future is already chosen. It happens before you speak, before you act, before you even believe you've made a decision. And yet, in that instant, the quantum field has already locked onto the timeline you are about to live. Neuroscientists discovered this through experiments. When people were asked to press a button with their left hand or their right, brain activity revealed the choice milliseconds before the person became conscious of it. The subconscious fired first. The body committed before the mind caught up. Think about that. If your brain makes a decision before you realize it, what does that mean for the bigger choices in your life? Meeting someone who will change your destiny. Walking away from something that no longer serves you. Choosing a path that alters everything. Mystics have said it for centuries. The choice is made in the heart before the mind understands. Quantum physics takes it further, showing us that all possible futures exist simultaneously, and your energetic state preselects one before you even register the decision. This is not about fate. It is not about losing free will. It is about understanding that your conscious mind is only one layer of a much larger system. A system that includes your subconscious programming, your vibrational frequency, and your entanglement with the quantum field. The problem is most people are unaware of this pre-selection moment. They only realize a decision after it has already been made. By then, they are already on the moving train of that chosen timeline. And if their subconscious is full of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs, then those are the frequencies that keep selecting the same loops, the same disappointments, the same reality repeating again and again. But here's the shift. The moment you become aware of this fraction of a second, everything changes. When you notice the sliver of time where the field is still fluid, you can intercept it. You can pause just long enough to redirect your energy toward a higher choice. In physics, this is like observing a particle before it collapses, nudging it toward the outcome you want. In spirituality, it's the difference between reaction and creation. Think of a wave about to crash on the shore. Once it breaks, you cannot change its direction, but in the moments before, with the right positioning, you can ride it exactly where you want to go. That's what this pre-selection window is, a wave forming, a chance to position yourself. At first, it feels invisible, but with awareness, you start to notice subtle signs, a shift in your breathing, a flicker of tension in your body, a sudden inner yes or no before a thought even arrives. These are the whispers, the tiny doors. And once you know they exist, you can step through them instead of letting them close without you. Right now, take a moment. Think of a choice you are about to make. Notice the first sensation in your body, not the thought, but the flicker that comes before. Maybe it's a lightness in your chest. Maybe it's a knot in your stomach. That signal is your subconscious pre-selecting, and in that moment you have the power to shift. You can breathe, align, and choose differently. This is why mindfulness is more than relaxation. It is training for this exact window. When you quiet the mind, you make space to catch these micro moments. Without awareness, you miss them. With awareness, you ride them. Imagine your life if you caught even a few of these every day. A choice to pause instead of reacting in anger. A choice to speak up when the old you would stay silent. A choice to say yes to an opportunity before doubt takes over. Each micro choice is a fork in the road. Alone, they may seem small. Together, they rewrite your destiny. And here is the deeper truth. The field does not wait for long explanations. It does not analyze your logic. It listens to your first state. That is the frequency it mirrors. So when you shift in the pre-selection moment, even slightly, you collapse into a different timeline, faster than any ritual, more powerful than any affirmation. This is why manifestation often feels unpredictable for people. They try to force outcomes after the fact when the wave has already crashed. But the secret is not to push harder later. The secret is to catch the energy earlier, before the collapse, in the microsecond where possibility is still fluid. Stay with me, because in the next part, we're going to dive deeper into what decides whether you tune into coherence or chaos, and how your body, your nervous system itself, becomes the true antenna that locks in the timeline you live. Most people think manifestation is all about the mind. They believe if they think the right thoughts, if they visualize hard enough, then reality will shift. But here's the truth almost no one talks about. The mind is not the first receiver of reality. Your body is. Your nervous system is the antenna that broadcasts your signal to the field. Every sound, every sensation, every moment you experience is filtered through the nervous system first. And if that system is in chaos, then the signal you send to the quantum field is chaos. You can repeat affirmations for hours, But if your body is locked in stress, fear, or survival, the vibration being broadcast is incoherence, and the field mirrors that exactly. Science has shown this again and again. When your body is flooded with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, the nervous system narrows your perception. Your energy contracts. You become hyper-focused on danger and threat. In that state, the field has no permission to deliver something new because your biology is screaming not safe, not ready, not now. Think about it. How many times have you tried to manifest from tension? Shoulders tight, breath shallow, mind racing. You send the words, but the energy underneath them is chaos. And the field always answers honestly, not to your words, but to your state. Now imagine coherence, when your heart and brain synchronize, when your breath slows into rhythm, when your body shifts from fight or flight into creation. Suddenly, your electromagnetic field expands, your signal becomes clear, strong, powerful. And in that state, the universe listens differently. The commands you send are not drowned in static. They are pure, they are direct, they are heard. Bruce Lipton once said our cells don't just respond to genetics, they respond to signals from the environment, including the signals produced by our thoughts and emotions. But here's the deeper layer. If your nervous system is dysregulated, it constantly sends signals of danger, and danger overrides intention. No matter what words you speak, your biology is broadcasting fear, and the field mirrors that fear back into form. This is why so many people struggle. It is not because their methods are wrong, it is because their antenna is jammed. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station while static drowns out the signal. You might catch fragments of the music, but never the full song. That's what happens when you try to manifest from chaos. The field is broadcasting infinite timelines, but your body can't lock onto them. Until you reset the system, you keep collapsing the same old reality again and again. Now here's the good news. Coherence is not far away. You can begin to shift your nervous system in minutes. Slow breathing, heart focus, gratitude. These simple practices reset the antenna. They tell the body you are safe. And safety is the foundation of creation. When the body feels safe, the mind expands. The heart opens. Your frequency rises. Suddenly you are no longer locked in the past. You are free to collapse a new future. Try it with me now. Inhale slowly through your nose for 5 counts. Hold gently for 2. Exhale for 7. As you breathe, imagine your heart and brain coming into rhythm, like 2 instruments tuning to the same note. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your chest expand. Whisper softly, I am safe. I am aligned. In that moment, your nervous system begins to broadcast a different signal, one of coherence, and the field always responds to coherence faster than it responds to effort. Think of light. Scattered, incoherent light is weak. But when photons align in coherence, they create a laser, a force powerful enough to cut through steel. Your energy works the same way. Fragmented, it is scattered. But aligned, it becomes unstoppable. So the question is not whether the field is listening, it always is. The question is, what is your body broadcasting right now? Chaos or coherence, fear or creation, static or signal. When you understand this, you stop blaming the universe. You stop thinking manifestation doesn't work. You realize the mirror has been perfect all along. It was simply reflecting the state of your nervous system. Change the state, and the reflection changes instantly. Stay with me, because in the next part, we are going to bring all of this together. We'll explore how quantum manifestation and quantum reality are not just connected, but inseparable. And once you see the secret connection, you will never look at your life the same way again. All along, we've been told manifestation is a separate process, something you practice in order to change reality, as if reality is out there, waiting for you to earn it. But by now you see the illusion. Manifestation is not outside of reality, it is reality. The two are inseparable. Every thought, every feeling, every breath is already being broadcast to the field. The quantum responds instantly. It doesn't wait for a ritual. It doesn't wait for a perfect affirmation. It listens to who you are right now. And this is the secret connection. Manifestation and reality are not cause and effect. They are the same phenomenon. You are living inside the mirror every second. The question is not whether you are manifesting. You are always manifesting. The real question is, what are you manifesting unconsciously? Are you collapsing timelines of fear and scarcity or timelines of abundance and freedom? Because both are available. Both exist in superposition, waiting for your frequency to select. Think of it like a tuning fork. Every possible reality is vibrating, waiting. When you strike the fork of fear, the universe resonates with fear. When you strike the fork of abundance, the universe resonates with abundance. The field does not judge. It simply amplifies whatever you choose. And here is where coherence becomes everything. When your body, heart, and mind align, your frequency becomes laser-like, clear, strong, magnetic. The field cannot ignore it. This is why people who master coherence often describe manifestations appearing effortlessly. Opportunities arrive without struggle. Relationships shift without force. Healing begins without years of waiting. From the outside, it looks like magic, but it is physics. Most people miss this connection because they are waiting. Waiting for proof, waiting for a sign, waiting for reality to change before they allow themselves to believe. But the field does not wait. It mirrors you instantly. The moment you align with abundance, abundance reflects back. The moment you align with love, love reflects back. The moment you align with safety, life opens around you. Right now, pause and feel this. Take one slow breath. Place your hand on your heart. Whisper softly, I am already living the reality I desire, not in the future. Now, and as you do, notice the shift. The air feels lighter. Your body softens. That shift is not imagination. It is you collapsing into a higher timeline in real time. This is the secret connection between manifestation and reality. They are not two steps. They are one. The mirror cannot ignore your state. And the beauty is you don't need to force it. You don't need to complicate it. You only need to align. So let me leave you with this truth. You are not waiting for your reality. Your reality is waiting for you. The moment you step into coherence, the moment you allow simplicity, the moment you recognize the pre-selection window, reality responds instantly. Not because the universe suddenly decided to help you, but because it always has. The field has never been silent. It has always been mirroring you, breath by breath, thought by thought, state by state. If you've come this far, it means something inside you already knows this is true, that you are ready to stop chasing and start aligning, that you are ready to stop treating manifestation and reality as separate and finally see them as one. And here is my invitation for you. If this message resonated, if you felt even a flicker of truth moving through you, leave a comment with the number 777, not as a random number, but as a declaration. By writing it, you are sending a signal to your own subconscious and to the field itself. I am aligned. I am ready. I choose coherence. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, because the journey doesn't end here. Every video is designed to take you deeper, to stabilize this frequency, to remind you of what you already are. The more you immerse yourself in this knowledge, the more natural it becomes, until alignment is not something you practice, but something you are. Remember this, you are not separate from your reality. You never were. Manifestation and reality are one and the same, and the moment you live from that truth, life itself becomes effortless. Every breath a creation, every thought a signal, every moment a new possibility collapsing into form. So breathe deeply, feel the connection, and step into the version of yourself that was always waiting. Because the secret was never hidden. It was here all along. You are not waiting for miracles. You are the miracle.